All right, you guys, it's been a while since I made a video. Had a very long week here since the last video. Had to get a trailer ready for Daytona so I could get the bike down there. In the process of packing all my stuff, getting everything ready so that way once I get down there, we're good to go. Make sure I have my whole setup so we could record some good content down in Daytona for you. So this video here is going to be about a video that Adam Sandoval put out. It was his top 5 roads that he has rid on his motorcycle. So I just wanted to agree with him 100%. I've been to 3 out of the 5 roads on his list, and I just wanted to talk about my experience on those roads because they are my top 3 ultimate top 3 roads that I've been on my motorcycle. So I'll start this out with my number 3 road. My number 3 road that I've been on the motorcycle during our vacations and my road trips has been the Needles Highway. We went out to Sturgis. We were on the Needles Highway. We took it up through Custer State Park. Absolutely gorgeous. This is one of the best rides, I believe, out in Sturgis. So the Needles Highway is going to bring you through the Black Hills, brings you through Custer State Park. A couple tunnels you're going to go through, very narrow tunnels. Absolutely gorgeous. The rock formations, the scenery out there is bar none the best in the country. We rode next to wild buffalo. We had a herd of buffalo cross the road right behind us while we were on our motorcycles. That was a little bit scary when you're on a motorcycle and you see these giant animals crossing the road either in front of you or behind you. So that was absolutely amazing. So also while we were out there is where we ran into some wild donkeys. I put the picture in one of my earlier videos. It was an amazing time. I captured a great picture. I was feeding a wild donkey a cracker from my mouth. Do a little bit of crazy things here and there. It was a great experience. Now, if you do go to Sturgis, like we try to do every couple years, don't spend all your time in downtown Sturgis. You're doing yourself a disservice by staying in downtown Sturgis the whole time. I do recommend spending about 1 day down there, but after about 1 day you've seen everything in downtown Sturgis that is worth seeing. The majority of the time that we're down there, it's 350 to 400 miles a day, riding through the Black Hills up to Deadwood. We go out to Devil's Tower. But the Needles Highway is a definite spot that you have to go to if you are in Sturgis. Also, make sure you check out the Badlands. Absolutely gorgeous territory. It's one of the only places in the country where you will be able to go from like an arid desert landscape all the way up to the lush forests that you're going to find out there. So if you're in Sturgis, make sure you take the Needles Highway. It will not disappoint you. To me, the best part of that road is the narrow passages, the switchbacks, the elevation changes. It's definitely a game changer if you're in a state where your surroundings are kind of static. Everything kind of stays the same while you're riding. Everything's going to change. The views are breathtaking. You will not regret it. All right, so my number 2 road that Adam Sandoval was talking about that I've actually been on was the Blue Ridge Parkway. So we only had access to a limited amount. We went on vacation. We stayed in Cherokee, North Carolina. We were there for the Dell's Wheels Through Time Museum. And where we stayed on the Indian Reservation, we took a little bit of a ride on the Blue Ridge Parkway. It was the fall, threw a hoodie on. A little bit chilly, but that hoodie was good enough for us. We got some riding in. When we went in the fall, all the leaves were changing, so it was absolutely gorgeous. It looked like a fresh watercolor painting. I mean, the range of color on the leaves was absolutely breathtaking. The elevation changes, the switchbacks, the riding is absolutely gorgeous. I highly recommend, if you do go to the Blue Ridge Parkway, that you take some time to enjoy that ride. I also recommend, if you're out that way, that you do stop at Dell's Wheels Through Time Museum. One of the best museums I have been to, motorcycle related, in my entire life. The amount of history and knowledge that they have in that museum surpasses anything else I've ever been to. I've been to the Harley Davidson Museum. I spent some time there, did the tours. But I mean, once you go through Dell's Wheels Through Time, you're gonna see motorcycles that are one-off. They do have some vehicles in there that are one of a kind. You're not gonna see anywhere else. There's a story behind every bike. I recommend you take the tour. Every bike in Dell's Wheels Through Time actually runs. They will start bikes for you. They will talk about the history. And even if you're not a Harley Davidson guy, you're into motorcycles, but you're not a big Harley guy, they have Hendersons, they have Nortons, they have Indians, they have every bike you could ever imagine in there, all vintage motorcycles. And like I said before, they do all run. They also have different vehicles in there that are not actual motorcycles but use motorcycle components. We seen a mine cart that had a Harley engine modified on the mine cart to get people in and out of the mine. Came from a mine out in California. So this was really cool to see. They have a whole exhibit on different Harley engines and how they were modified to fit different machines. So people used them, put the engines on giant ice cutters. Back in the day, you didn't have refrigerators, so all your food was cooled with giant chunks of ice. So they actually had saws that were ran by Harley engines and cut these giant blocks of ice. So definitely recommend you stop out there. That entire museum is funded by your support. Dale did an excellent job, spent his entire life collecting motorcycles and displaying them for you so that he could pass this history on to you. Unfortunately, Dale did pass away, and now his son is running the place. So if you are out on the Blue Ridge Parkway, make sure you stop out there and give them some support. They also do a raffle every year where they give away a vintage motorcycle. So I highly recommend you get yourself some tickets. It's a very cheap way to get yourself an opportunity to win a piece of history. All right, so my number one road that I've been on in the United States is going to be the $1 Million Highway out in Colorado, the 550. So we decided in 2020, when COVID was cracking down, everybody was getting cabin fever, everything was shut down, couldn't go anywhere. We went to the Four Corners rally in Durango, Colorado. We decided that year that we were going to cancel our cable subscription, get away from watching TV, and we were going to get out on the open road. So the money that we saved from canceling our cable bill paid for us to buy a toy hauler travel trailer. So loaded up the bikes, drove out to Colorado for the Four Corners rally. Make sure if you go down to Colorado, if you are ever in Durango, Colorado, that you do stop at Durango Harley, give them some support. They put on a amazing ride. The Four Corners ride is absolutely gorgeous. So once we got to Colorado, the scenery's breathtaking from the moment that you stop in Durango. You're seeing the painted mountainsides, exposed rock, multiple layers of color. The sun reflects off it like a mirror. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we stopped there. Everyone told us you had to take the 550. We got on the $1 Million Highway, took it all the way up through the mountains. We stopped at the town of Silverton. It's about halfway through the ride. Absolutely gorgeous. The city is nestled in between two mountain ranges. Gives you that old school Americana Western feel. Everything is very old, very beautiful. That town is one of my favorite towns probably in the entire country. Absolutely gorgeous. They do have the Silverton Harley Davidson store. They don't sell motorcycles, but they do sell clothing and accessories. If you are going on this road, make sure you stop there, give them some support. So from Silverton, we went up to the town of Ouray. That's almost the complete ride on this $1 Million Highway. You're going to want to go from Durango up to Ouray. Ouray is a nice sized little town. Once you get into Ouray, there's going to be a huge elevation change when you're coming down. You go into this little town. We stopped at the Outlaw Bar. It was absolutely amazing, filled with history, old school Americana. They had John Wayne's hat hanging up on the bar. They had all kinds of history in this bar. You could also pay some money. You could get a little shim of wood. They will have you write your name or anything you want to write on that piece of wood, and they will hang it up on the inside of the building, so you have some nostalgia, a little memory, a piece of you that you're leaving there forever. Now, the $1 Million Highway by far was the best ride I have ever been on in my life. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. Some of these parts of the road, you're going around a bunch of switchbacks, constant elevation changes. When you look off to the side of the road, there's a white line, a couple inches of asphalt, and then there's straight drop-offs, 500-foot drop-offs, 1,000-foot drop-offs. So you do want to make sure that you are a pretty decently skilled rider if you're going to go through there pretty fast at any higher rate of speed. You want to make sure you are comfortable on your bike, that you do have the skills necessary to do the maneuvers that you're going to want to do on that road. Now, that being said, I did see a bike go over the edge, watched them go down there, hoist it up with a winch, and I kind of relaxed a little bit after that, because it was not a very comfortable feeling seeing somebody haul a bike up out of the ravine. One of the best parts for me on that highway, other than just the pure scenery on the $1 Million Highway, was right before you get into the town of Ouray. On your right hand side, you are going to see a waterfall. Once you come around the bend right there, giant bridge you're going to be on, there's a pull off. You go into that pull off and you can see this waterfall goes under the bridge. Absolutely breathtaking. It's probably about 1,000-foot drop waterfall straight into these hot springs. There is a little tourist area down there where you could pull off and you could pay. You could go into the hot springs. If you are ever in Colorado, I highly recommend that you go on the $1 Million Highway. It will be the best ride that you have ever taken on a motorcycle in your life. I'll guarantee that. Also, it is one of the top, I think, 8 most dangerous roads in the world. I think it was either the top 8 most dangerous road in the world or one of the top 10. And out of the United States, I'd say it's probably one of the top 5 most dangerous roads that you'll be on. But it is also one of the top 3 most beautiful roads I have ever been on in my entire life. And I highly recommend that you take the trip. Alright, so we're getting to the real reason why I made this video. My son has been bugging me non-stop about getting into one of my videos, so I'm going to have the little man on here. He wants to talk a little bit about his involvement getting into riding pedal bikes, getting into dirt bikes. So when he was 2 years old, we bought him a Strider balance bike. He got comfortable on that. He started going to the skate park. He's dropping in on ramps, getting comfortable on that. went out and bought him a Fit Bike Company BMX bike, so now he's riding that at the skate parks. We also went out and got him a Stay Sick, the Harley version of the electric bike. That was his go-to for the longest time. He rode that forever. Once he got comfortable on the highest setting of that bike and he was ripping around like crazy, I went out and got him a dirt bike. Last year he started racing dirt bikes. He's probably only been on his dirt bike 10 to 12 times. Out of those 12 times he's been on the dirt bike, 6 of them were at races. He's done the motocross, he's done flat track. He likes the flat track. I'm very excited because I like flat track a lot. So once I get back from Daytona, the trailer will be modified so that we can start bringing both of his dirt bikes out to the track, give him a chance to get on both of them, get comfortable on his new bike. And he will be on my motorcycle, like I said before, in Sturgis. So we're gonna have a lot more content with him on it. And I kind of just wanted to introduce you guys to him, so I won't keep you any further. Here we go. All right, you guys, so got the little guy with me here. He just wanted to talk to you guys for a minute. So what is your favorite part of going on vacation with me and Mommy?
Having fun and to experience the world.
Do you have fun when we go on vacation?
Yeah, and it's so fun.
And how long have you been riding bikes and dirt bikes?
Since I was 2.
Which bike is your favorite?
Blue one. Or I mean the red one.
Dirt bike or?
Honda.
Oh, your red Honda. That's my favorite too.
Yeah, but it has gears and it's hot. It's harder than the blue one.
Yep, because you got to shift it with your feet, huh?
Yeah, and it has gears and my blue one doesn't.
Yep.
So we have to get used to gears now too.
Yeah, we do. And what's your favorite part of racing dirt bikes?
To have fun and to see which place you're in.
And to go fast? And you
But I really go slow though.
But you're getting fast.
Mhm.
And you make a lot of friends, right?
Yeah, and I even jumped on it, but I wrecked.
That's all right.
Yeah, like that place, and it had like this, and then I jumped up it and I wrecked sideways.
But what'd you do after you wrecked?
Got back up and still had fun.
All right, and that's what we want to hear, you guys. So he'll be with me in Sturgis. Are you excited to be on the back of Daddy's bike?
Yeah.
All right, so you'll be seeing more of him in some more videos coming up. And hopefully we get some more race videos this year too, huh? You excited to race this year?
Yeah.
We got a trailer. We'll bring the bikes out and it'll be a good time.
Mhm.
See you there.